Card games are a beautiful contradiction. You have endless complexity, deep strategy, and intense competition, all distilled onto some small piece of cardboard. I mean, look at the icons, the numbers, the art. They are instantly readable, perfectly balanced, and totally intuitive. At least that's how they should be like. That is the goal of the great card design: clarity and elegance. When you're building a world from scratch, that card frame is your foundation. But when I started the journey of QBÖS, I completely missed that memo. 3 years ago, this is what I came up with: a clear and perfect example of everything that you can do wrong when creating a card game. So on today's video, let's try to find out what I did wrong and how I fixed it. Hi everyone, I'm Andre and this is the creation of a card game. Today we will talk about cards layout, which is a very important thing of any card game because it needs to be clear, it needs to be nice, eye-pleasing, organized, and logical. As I previously showed you, this was the very first card that I produced when I started taking the game more serious. And actually I don't have a physical print of the card because I was mostly using tabletop for the playtesting online with my friends, and we used this template a lot, so I managed to receive a lot of feedback from my friends straight away. This is a problem that when we are designing a game we face a lot of times, is that we are so involved on the creation of the game that we just assume things that they are obvious when they are not obvious at all for someone playing for the very first time. So the icons are not identifiable, they are too small. If you have a different kind of illustration, maybe these stats here will not be very visible. What does it mean, these two things? Anyway, card is also not very eye-pleasing. It's a very basic image, text, and just a background that I had to fix. Now, after gathering a lot of feedback and tips from more experienced designers and my friends as a whole, I managed to reach this second layout prototype. So I basically added the words to describe what are the symbols, so you don't have to guess what are the symbols. The numbers are not outside of the circles, but they are within the circles. But there was still some feedback that the images were too detailed for such a small, visibility on the whole card. I received the commentary that the flavor text shouldn't be in the middle of the card because actually this is the main area that the eye sees. So actually when you think about it, it's very obvious why the flavor text normally appears here on this section of the card, because it's the least important part of information. As you can see on this case, I changed the icons from those elaborate images into pure symbols. Minimalistic symbols that actually convey exactly the idea of movement, attack, and defense with the respective power on the right side. So this is a much more organized, eye-pleasing overall type of card. We have the name of the character, the type of the character, and the faction he belongs to, the effect of the card, which is much shorter. The same goes for the flavor text, which is removed like half of it, and it was moved to the bottom of the card as it's not so important. However, this was not a straightforward process. There was a more like of a roller coaster kind of a process, because I was changing the game constantly, and the mechanics and the lore and how things were interconnected with the board game, because this was not only a card game at this point. And at some point, the fourth layout, the fourth version of this, I changed into this, which is a much more streamlined look. You don't have symbols, you don't have stats. You just have basically actions that this card can perform, because the board game became much more of a board game. I mean, it was no longer a card game that had a board, it was much more a board game that had some cards. Just for the sake of experimenting, I used this template to see how I would move forward. I wanted to see if I could remove the background from the images and just have a pure color or just some pattern. I started to try to introduce new iconography, and this is not a very polished model. It was rather just for me to see how I could transition from a board game with cards into a pure 100% card game. This is pretty much the layout that I have nowadays, just much more primitive, let's say, with not so polished things. So We still have the resource cost, and this was the kind of the rainbow color. We have the health here, the attack power, the cost of attack, the name of the attack. There is the flavor text here, the information text here. Actually, on a card, every pixel matters, so you have to only include things that you actually think that are crucial for the game immersion, but mostly for the gameplay itself. So this is the 7th layout, so the 7th version of the layout. This is the version that I used for playtesting in reality. So we have a bunch of cards like this with this layout, and it's a very straightforward layout with a lot of whites because I was printing at home and I wanted to save on ink. So I just kept color for the essential elements of the card and for the illustrations that were already conceived. This is the current state of the layout. It took me years to come to this thing. It might look really simple, but the process behind all of this and trying to interconnect all the mechanics of the game and the world and the flavor, the image and everything, it's a lot of work, a lot of thinking and many headaches, to be honest, because it was a very complicated and not a beautiful process until reaching this point. But now I'm very happy with what we have right now. I will just probably still have to polish some little things. But just to conclude the video, what I've learned about card designing and card layouts over the last years is to not try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to come up with a very crazy idea that will change the whole thing as it is on many hundreds of games that already exist and are successful. So just look at them, try to see what they do and why they do that. Just remember to keep recognizable and very standard iconography. Use the font size that actually will be visible when it's printed. It will not be as big as you are seeing on your computer or tablet. So just keep in mind to have a big font size. Keep a very normal looking fonts for the effects. Don't try to be very creative with the font type that you use for the effects. Part of the text should be easily readable, not artistic or whatever. So just keep a font size and the font type that are very easy to read, like this one, I think. And you can be a bit more creative with the name of the character and the other parts of the card. Keep the flavor text if you want to have it at all at the bottom of the card. That's mostly it. Keep it simple. Do not reinvent the wheel and just keep things tidy and clean as much as possible on the right place where they should be. For costs, use the top left corner. For health, use the top right corner. For the card type and for the important information regarding the gameplay, keep it centered. The effect right at the bottom, but still centered, kind of. And the picture here, do not put the picture at the bottom of the card. That doesn't make sense at all. I hope this video was somehow interesting, maybe a little bit. Now I'm actually very motivated to go forward with the card layout and illustration part of it, because I'm organizing a tournament of playtest. A playtest tournament that I have to upload to Tabletopia. We will use Tabletopia to conduct some playtesting online with the community from Discord. If you want to join us, feel free to join us, come to our Discord, join the tournament, and on the next video I will focus on showing how I am creating the game on Tabletopia for it to be playtested, because this tournament has to start sometime. I'm postponing it a lot, so it's not good. We'll do it, we'll make it happen on the next video. So, see you then!